Good morning. I hope you're all well today. Yeah, we're going to read from a guy again. His name is Pyweasel. This is the guy, Pyweasel. And if you was here last week, you might remember he's got two mice, 3 cats. You can't quite see them down there.
That's right, we lift them up a bit. There we go.
3 cats. And he's got a goat that eats everything. He's got some geese that look after his garden and his farm or whatever. And he's got a donkey that can't say hee-haw, it can only say hee-hee-hee-hee. It's lost its haw. And he met, in the story last week, a mole called Desmond. So this week we're going to see who he meets.
I'm just going to wait just for a sec. I'm just going to drop the camera slightly. Sorry, slight technical thing here. Ooh. There we go, just so I can see arms a bit better. You might want to come in a little bit.
I need to come in a bit, get in front of these animals. They do smell a bit.
So what are the names of our stories? First one.
The first one is called Pyweasel and his old tin bath. And the other one is, I haven't seen the titles of these because I've got them different.
Well, let's read this one now and then we'll have a look at the next one.
Right, this is Pyweasel and his old tin bath. Now, Pyweasel had a bath every 2 months. On a Sunday, whether he needed to or not. I think he probably did. He also did all his washing the next morning in his washing machine, which was called a dolly tub. It took a long time to wash his underpants. They were all the same. He bought them in a bargain shop. 9 pairs for £1. Bargain. Bargain for men's pants. They were all bright yellow with twirly spots on them. He liked them because they reminded him of his favourite book, Aliens Love Underpants. Now Pyweasel lets all the animals out first thing in the morning. The goat and the donkey from the barn have been joined by a 3-legged sheep, who we'll see next week. The dogs, cats and geese were in the lean-to at the side. Now Pyweasel has a mole. This mole is a vegetarian. He doesn't eat worms, but he does make lots of tunnels in the grass and he likes carrots. Pyweasel lets... Oh, excuse me, I'm jumping back a paragraph. When Pyweasel hung out his 8 pairs of pants, all the animals watched. It was time for a cup of tea and a bun. As he was filling the kettle, he looked out of his window and saw his pants on the line. He counted the pants. There were only 7 pairs. He checked the dolly tub. They're not there. It was empty. He checked the line again and counted 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Who was the thief? Who had done it? What do you think, Zoe? Who could have stolen these pants?
I think it was probably one of the animals that liked to eat different things.
Yeah, so...
Which one of the animals do you think?
I think possibly the goat.
I was thinking the goat, because goats are a bit naughty. Do sheep do that? Do they eat pants?
I don't think so.
I think so. What else?
Oh.
Maybe the donkey?
Maybe the donkey. Funnily enough, we had a dog. One did like to eat pants and trousers from the washing basket. So, just to rip them up.
A dog did? Oh,
a
so
dog, yeah.
maybe it could be one of the dogs then. What do you think?
So, That was Pyweasel and the old tin bath.
Sorry, just adjusting some camera action here. There we go. Oh, sorry. There we go. Right, so what's the next one?
Pyweasel has a new friend. I wonder who it could be.
Hang on a minute. Have a look at the picture. Oh, I've got something.
Oh no.
What?
I wonder who his new friend will be. Wait, shh. Pyweasel has a new friend. Now, Pyweasel loved his garden. Nobody has visitors because of a bug. Not a bug from his garden, but the germy sort. So Pyweasel spent even more time in his garden, weeding, hoeing, studying the birds and insects that visited it. He grew flowers, the insect liked those. He grew vegetables for dinner. The slugs and the snails like those. But the birds like the slugs and snails too. It was quiet enough in the garden to hear the birds singing, as there were not many cars or lorries around. Pyweasel liked that, the peace and quiet. He heard a blackbird, a collared dove, and then he heard, "Who's farty pants then? You're a plonker." This didn't sound like any bird he knew. Who was saying it? Who was being so rude? It wasn't the children going home from school, because that's closed. The children still came by, but it was with Mum and Dad now, not on their own. "Bottom!" came suddenly out of the barn, and Pyweasel shaded his eyes so he could see more clearly in the barn. That was where the noise came from. One of the naughty kids was in the barn. Pyweasel tiptoed to the barn and looked inside. It was dark after all the sunshine. But in the barn there was something very colourful. It was red, blue, yellow, and it moved. Then it said, "Who's a farty pants then? You're a plonker." Pyweasel dropped the hoe on his foot. The colourful thing in the barn spread its wings, and Pyweasel realised he was looking at a parrot. The parrot popped on the handle of the mower and flew out to land on Pyweasel's shoulder. Pyweasel stroked his beak, and the parrot didn't try to bite his finger or his ear. Together, Pyweasel walked very carefully and made their way into the house, where Pyweasel thought there might be an old budgie cage and some sunflower seeds or millet. The parrot didn't mind going in the cage when it saw the sunflower seeds scattered on the floor. Pyweasel shut the door, then heard a voice calling from outside. It was the vicar on his scooter. He was a very busy man these days, delivering food and medicines around the village, but he always took time after lunch to go past Pyweasel's home. They talked in loud voices to each other because they knew they couldn't be close. Pyweasel opened his window and called back to the vicar saying, "Afternoon, it's a lovely day again." From behind him came a very loud, "Who's a farty pants then? You're a plonker." The more Pyweasel told the bird to shush, the louder it became. The same thing with an occasional "Bottom!" He threw a tea towel over the cage, but it made no difference. The vicar was looking at him open mouthed. What should he do next?
What, Pyweasel?
Yeah, what would you do?
He could pretend that he was saying it himself. Afternoon, vicar. Oh, who's a farty pants? No, that'd be a bit strange. A bit strange, wouldn't it? Why would you say that? Yeah.
He could just say, I found a parrot.
He could.
Come and have a look.
That's it. He could show him the parrot.
He could bring the cage out, couldn't he, and show him the parrot.
Yeah, yeah. I like the parrot.
Yeah.
Here he is.
He makes a lovely noise.
He's quite naughty, isn't he?
Oh, I'd rather have a crow.
Well, thank you for watching our stories. Hope you enjoyed them. And we've got more next week. 2 more. See you later.
Bye.